Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Words of Life with Wemimo Alabi, or just call me Wemi. And if it's your first time here, you're welcome. So as you are here now, as you have reached here now, so go back and watch all the other previous videos from the game shows to the sit down video. There's not a lot of videos on this channel, but trust me, you just need 2 3 days to watch them all to catch up. So go and watch it, okay? Thank you. So by the time you guys will be seeing this video, it's probably after my birthday. So I want you guys to wish me happy birthday in the comment section. My birthday was or is 21st of May 2026. So you guys should wish me happy birthday. And I'm also interested in brown envelope. And you can also make it white envelope. Nothing less than 10,000 naira. I prefer 20. I prefer dollars though, but I will take naira because that's what most of you can give me. But you can give me higher currency. I'm down. I have a account number you can send it to. Today we are going to be talking about a topic that is very personal to me because I walk through it and I'm still walking through it. And it is finding joy again, or when it came to my head, it was finding my spark back, or getting your spark back. So you can either say it's getting your spark back or finding joy again. And yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Let's get into it. Before we get into it, let me tell you guys something funny that happened to me at the gym this week. So 2 days ago, today is Saturday. On Thursday, I had just no, yeah, on Thursday, I had just finished lifting. Glutes day takes me out. Like it's only 4 exercises, but they are the worst. They are actually the worst. I complete my ring without even doing any form of cardio. 500 calories in a day. That's what my ring is. And through RDLs and those lunges for glutes, I do everything. Like it's complete because of glutes. So it takes me out. So now that's not even the problem. I'm just telling you guys that it was good today, but that was not the issue. So I was on the phone with my cousin, my sister basically, and my brother, and I was like, oh, I want to eat fufu. That they should bring out fufu for me from the freezer. And mind you, I was working. I just finished working out. I was thinking whether I should do my last set or just leave it and go home because I was exhausted and it was late. It was to 7 at this point, and I did not like staying at the gym till 7 o'clock. It happened only once in a while. So I was still deciding whether I should complete that last set or not. I had only one set left. Then I said that. Then I noticed the guy in my front laughed. Then there was a guy like this. Yeah, there's a guy like this. Yeah, there's another guy like this in front of me. Mind you, they were a little bit far from me, but they could still overhear my conversation. And the way the two of them busted out laughing, guys, I was embarrassed by that. I was embarrassed. I carried my jug and my cup and I actually went out of that gym. If I wanted to even complain myself, I was not doing that anymore because I was embarrassed. But that's not why I left the gym. Okay, that's partially why I left the gym. Why am I even lying? But I came back with my fufusha because when I was eating tuna pasta salad or salad, I salad, no one was there. Nobody was there. So just because you overheard me eating fufu, I ain't no. But those boys, I thought they were cute though, but they're no longer cute to me. So let's get into today's video. Okay, guys. So getting your spark back and finding joy again. My accent is going to be changing. Take it like that. It depends on how I'm feeling. So the first thing is very cliche and it sounds very, very wrong because I was talking to my cousin and I told him about it and he said that it sounds like something a pastor in 2005 will tell you. And to be honest, it does. But the first thing is run to God first, which is very, very, very cliche. But I don't actually think that's the first thing. I'm not going to say this in a chronological order. I'm just going to talk and just talk. But I think the first thing is to identify what is causing, what made you lose your joy, what happened, how did you lose your joy? Like something happens that triggered it. Was it a particular incident? Was it a series of incidents that made you lose your joy? You have to identify what the problem was. You have to find out how did I actually get to this point where I don't want to do anything with myself? How did I actually get to this point where I don't want to connect with anything? I don't want to connect with God. I don't want to connect with friends. I don't want to connect with family. I just want to be on my own. I just want my windows to be locked. I want to be in a dark room. I just want to grieve. Okay, this video does not apply to people who have lost a loved one. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you. Because I remember writing that down that this video does not apply to people who have lost a loved one. So this will apply to you if things just where things keep on happening in your life, where things keep on happening, or maybe you're suffering through heartbreak. That's the primary cause of all this kind of thing. Heartbreak from maybe a man, from a woman, or just life is breaking your heart because life do disappoint people. So that could be it. So losing a loved one is a whole different level, and I am in no position to talk about that. Not in any position to talk about that one. So this doesn't apply to people that are grieving a loved one. So if you want to get your joy, you have to identify why. How did I get here? How did I lose my joy? How did I lose my spark? That thing that made me happy, that thing that brought me joy. Like why? Yeah. So you have to identify that first because once you identify it, you understand how to move from there. For me, I already knew what was doing me when it started. Like I was like, but I didn't identify it on time. I identified, oh, what am I saying? I identified it on time. I did, but it was still a struggle. I still deal with it to today, but I am telling myself and I promise myself that I'm reminding myself of God's promises. That's basically it. Reminding myself that God knows the future. God knows better. God knows why it happened. God knows why it did not happen. Rather, praise God. So that's the first thing. I think the first thing is actually identifying why, why you lost your joy. I'll use myself as a case study. When I started feeling the way I was feeling, I couldn't communicate with God. Communicate with I couldn't bring myself to do anything that had to I didn't bring myself to pray in the morning because I'm an early riser. I like to wake up by 5 o'clock, get my day ready, do that. If I'm going on a walk, I'll go on a walk. If I'm going on, I do my things early. I try to wake up before the world noise and just talk to God, talk to my father, and just do it. But I would wake up early and I would find it difficult to even stand up from my bed. Mind you, I was reading my Bible. I was not praying. I did not know what was going on. All I knew is I opened my Bible app, I glanced through it, make sure that just to keep my streaks, and I let it go. That was what was going on first for me personally because I was down. I didn't want to be there. So the first thing I did was identify why it's happened, why I was feeling that day. And when I did, I took it to God. That's why I said run to God first. So I can say run to God first. So you might feel when you feel down, when you feel confused, when you feel unmotivated, when you feel disconnected from who you are or from what you want, what you are, or who you are, just go to God. Because as a Christian, your identity is in Him. That's the first place. That's one thing I'll keep on preaching. The first identity you have as a Christian is in God. So if you feel disconnected from everything, if you feel disconnected from life, you just don't want it, you should go to your source, and that is God. God is the source of everything, is the source of life, the very air that we breathe. So you go to God first and you go to Him and on and pour it out to Him. Basically, He says, cast all your burdens on Him, for He cares for you. As crazy as it may sound, like telling God that, oh, this is it. As crazy as it looks, He listens to you, and there's a way the Holy Spirit will comfort you. I have been there. I have been there, mind you. I think this month so far is and last month were the only months that I have not cried at the beginning of this. I have not cried. I've not cried this month. I don't know if I cried last month, but January, February, March, I had something that was bringing me tears. I was crying. I was crying. I was like, oh, this month I'm going to be better. No, I failed in January. Okay, in January, I knew that January was not going to work. In March, I was like, oh, okay, I've gotten to this stage. It's going to be better. No, I cried hot tears. So run to God first. This is in line with running to God first. Thanksgiving, especially in this song, one of this Mavic City music, there's one thing that they said in one of these songs that gratitude and anxiety cannot remain in the brain at the same time. I think one of the good things, one way to find your joy back is Thanksgiving. You reflect on how God has been good to you. You think about all the good things that have happened in the past. You think about how God has pulled you through all those things. You think about you think about all those things that God has pulled you through, and know that This time around, it is just a phase. This is a phase. This is a phase that you have to pass. That's what I was saying. Okay, I don't know if I said it in this video or the first video that I made, because one thing about me is that I will make the video first. I will make one video first. If I don't like how it's going, I'll start another video. So one thing we must realize that life is in phases. We can always be happy and joyous at all the same time, because there are some things that will eat us harder than it will eat some people. There's some things that we don't even expect will feel the way it felt. I don't know if you guys understand, if I'm communicating. But Thanksgiving, think about all the goodness of God. Think about everything that He has done. That's one way to find joy again. So when even in the chaos, you'll be relaxed because God has a track record of Him being faithful. God has a track record of everything He has done. The reason, I think I said this in my previous, no, I'm not saying, the reason why some things happen to us now is for us to remember God's faithfulness. There's at times some things happen to us, we have to yes, for us to remember God's faithfulness, that God has been faithful. But you will tell Him that God is the one that did this. You can even use somebody else's life as an example. God, you did this in this person's life, you did that in that person's life. And me, for me, there are some things that will be like, God, it's you that did this thing in my life, and I know you can do it again, so I am not gonna be bothered. So prayer and thanksgiving. So I have finished the spiritual aspect of it. But no, one more thing. One thing about your joy being taken away is that you lose joy in the things that make you very, very happy. Like me personally, I loved fellowshipping with God in the morning. I can't fellowship with God. I can fellowship with Him anytime, but it requires a little bit of preparing myself. But in the morning, like early in the morning, it is the best time for me to talk to God, to just be one on one with my maker. And I love it. It's the best time for me. I can't do it any other time the way I would do it in the morning. But how I knew that something was wrong was because I couldn't do that. I couldn't bring myself to God. I couldn't talk to Him the way that I normally would, because I was fighting thoughts. I was fighting myself by myself. I was fighting my thoughts. I was fighting overthinking. I was fighting anxiety about the future. What is many things like that. And I couldn't bring myself to pray. So this leads me to my third point. Say surrounding yourself with people that makes you happy. Isolating yourself is the first step to destruction when you're going through something. That is the first step to destruction. Isolating yourself, not wanting to talk to anybody, that is when it's going to lead into something that doesn't make any sense. And that's why I am grateful for the people around me. And I feel like everyone should find something like that. When I was going through this phase at the beginning of the year, I'm grateful for all my friends because they listened to me. Anita, Blessing, my mini lover, Toluwadimi, those three were my pillars to hold, to be honest, because they were the ones I could easily talk to about what I was going through, and they listened to me rant many times. I mean, Tolu is listening to me rant to today about that same issue because, like I said, it's not like I am completely over everything that happened, but that I'm not completely over it. But I can say that I'm better than when I started. Yeah, now I'm fire. At least now I'm smiling. So surround yourself with people that you can trust. Surround yourself with people that make you happy. Surround yourself with people that would listen to you over and over and over. You know that you talk their ear to friends, family, people who genuinely care about you. That's why you need someone that genuinely cares about you in your life. You must have that one because there is strength in community and being surrounded by love. You need to be surrounded by love. Third point, another way to get your spark back is by being physically active. Yeah, they say it all the time, but going to working out, taking walks, going to the gym, those things they used to help you. They did not lie, actually. They actually better your mental health. They actually stabilize you. As crazy as it sounds, that putting yourself through those hard work and hard jobs, they actually stabilize your mental health, they calm you down, they make you happy, they make you freer, they make you feel lighter. It's like a burden being lifted up. So taking care of your physical health is, yeah, is very, very important. And I also say that that's one of the things that helped me. I started going to the gym in January. I didn't go in February because of fasting. I started again in March. So I've been going consistently for about 2 months now. So, and my progress is slow because I'm a foodie. I know it's hard to stop calling myself a foodie because it's not good. My progress is slow because I like food. Yeah, I eat too much and I don't. Yeah, my diet is not consistent. 2 weeks I'm into the diet, next week I'm done. So yeah, physical movement will improve your mood, it will increase your strength and reduce stress, and you continue to grow mentally and physically. Another thing is pouring into yourself, guys. And fun thing is, out of this state that I've said, it is pouring into yourself. Some of you, the reason why you have lacked joy is because you are pouring into others and you forgot yourself. So sometimes you just feel empty. You take care of this, you take care of that person, you take care of this need, you take care of that need, and you completely neglect yourself. And in that aspect, then you lose your joy. You don't see what's to do with yourself again. You're just tired. You're burnt out. Yeah, you're burnt out because you've neglected yourself enough. So in these situations, you have to pour into yourself. Do something that you like to do. Is it for me? I already picked up coloring as a hobby last year, but I started it last year, but I got more into it during this phase. But I couldn't really do it because you can pick up coloring. Let's use that word because I would not say coloring helped me because coloring is relaxing. It's quite relaxing, and it gives me more time to think. But over time, as I got over whatever that was, I was coloring again, and all I thought about was how to make sure that I shade in between the lines. So it gave me a sense of peace. I was calm during that time. So I think another thing is give yourself time. Yeah, give yourself time to heal. Give yourself, like I said, I cried in March, February, and January. Give yourself time to heal. As crazy as it sounds, give yourself time to heal. There was a time that I posted one time that I felt good, I feel good, I look good on my Instagram story, and I'm just so happy. The next week was hell. The next week was hell because I was back spiraling. I was anxious again. I was overthinking again. I was unhappy again. And I was like, come on, come on. I thought we were over this. I thought we were over this. Turns out we are not over it though. And that's just how healing is. Healing, getting over stuff is not it's not linear. It is zigzaggish. So yeah, it is very very zigzaggish. So we should be patient with ourselves. As silly as it sounds, you have to be patient with ourselves. And when I'm talking about community again, I'll go back to community because one thing that helped my devotional life, because I think the one thing I told you guys is that my devotional life was affected by this whole thing. I found a community that helped me come back to my stand with God, and that's Triumph 30. I used to be against morning devotions with like general morning devotions. Like, why are we gathering? Why do we have YouTube channels that do morning devotions for people? Like, is it not supposed to be like your personal time with God and all of that? Guys, that's what I used to think until I realized that the work, you're not meant to do it alone. You can always have help. You can always have help. And that's when I stumbled on Tribe 30 and I was like, let me just join. And I've been doing it for 5 months. No, it's not, my May is not over. So I've been consistent with Tribe 30 for 4 months now, 4 solid months without missing any day. If I've missed any day, I don't think it's up to five in like the total days I've missed is five. I don't think so. And guys, I'm happy again. I am actually in the best place ever. So let's run down all the things that I have said you can do to find your joy back. One is identify Identify why you lost your joy. That is important because once you identify the issue, solving it becomes, I won't say easy, but it becomes one part of the problem is over. Then take it to God. Cast your cares to God. And casting your cares to God is not something that you do once. Continuous. You have talked to God about it again today. Talk to Him about it again tomorrow. Another thing to do is spend time in prayer and Thanksgiving, especially. Think about everything that God has done for you before. Then take care of yourself physically. Yes, physically. Number four is talk to people that love you. Number five is pouring into yourself. Do fun activities. Go to the park, color, do whatever you want to do. Don't stay in your house. Open your windows. Let fresh breeze enter. You guys don't even understand how the simple task of opening your windows can make you feel for your mental. I'm a very big mental health advocate because I've struggled with it. So you guys don't, you underestimate how much allowing breeze, the natural light to enter your room, what it does to you. There's this thing that it do, I don't know how to explain it. You have to experience it yourself. The first time I was feeling in 500 level, I was feeling down for some reason that I cannot remember. I was ready to lock myself in and just isolate. Then I just opened my windows. I opened my curtains, I opened the net, I opened everything, and it felt like as if I could breathe again. Like it felt like life was worth living again. So you can try that. Open your windows, guys. So yeah, so if you want to if you have lost your spark, trust me, it is possible to find joy again. It is very, very possible to find joy again because God will restore, prayer will renew, and your community will help you. Your community is very, very important. The community will heal, and time will also help because as long as you're working on yourself, time will definitely help by healing, and you will heal. You're not stuck. You cannot be stuck there forever because we only go up. Your joy and your peace can definitely, definitely return. So make sure you take the steps. And I pray that to anyone this video reaches, whoever it is meant to reach. And I pray that the Lord will help you. I pray that it will cause His face to shine upon you. And I pray that you focus more on the promises of God. Okay? All right, guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. I hope you guys like this. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.